Hey guys, Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing a first quarter flip through in my journal. I'm going to do this in two parts. So the first half of the video is just going to be flicking through here, as you can see, lots of fun colourful things going on. Then we'll have the cat clip, and then afterwards I'll go through the materials, the actual journal, all of that stuff. So if you're only here for the pages, you can view them. But if you're interested in what I use in my journal and stuff, then you can stick around and watch that bit as well. So let's just dive straight in. So first of all, I don't actually have a cover page yet. I've just not been asked to do one yet. Oh, also, I'll just throw that out here, I don't use this crazy often, but spacing's very good to have one of these in your journal. So yeah, it has an index page, but I don't care for indexes. It's just not something I use, so I'm going to use this as my cover page when I can be bothered to make it. So the first page we have is my 2024 TBR. Side note, didn't even mention, this is just an everything journal. It's got reading stuff in it, and then it's also got like, things I do and stuff and what I watch and everything. So yeah, first page, 2024 TBR. And then I made this little fun thing. I've not filled out these yet, but I've just made it kind of like an old school library thing. I had a stamp, a date stamp, so I thought, why not use it? And I've put as many here as I need to complete my 2024 TBR. So yeah, that's tucked in there. The next page I have the best book of the month and then my bookish bingo. So over here, what I do is I just get the cover of the book that I enjoyed the most that month. Pretty simple. I don't even write the book on, because if it's the best book of the month I should know which book it is, and I do. This one is Violence Begets for January. This is Our Dreams at Dusk, which is a manga. This represents all 4 volumes because I just really enjoyed all of them, but that was one of my favourite. I think that was volume 2. And this is In Deeper Waters. So over here we've got the bookish bingo, and a lot of these I just threw in random things. I couldn't think about what to put in there, but I've already read 10 new authors, which is cool. I've already read 5 standalones, very easy. I've already read 5 new releases. I did a vlog for World Book Day, which I read 4 things in that were new, and then obviously I've read more than that. And I've read 5 non-binary authors, which is interesting. And then some of the ones that are always on here. I always set my reading for 50 on Goodreads. Obviously my 2024 TBR, Buzzword challenge, and then just random things. Just chuck them in. Oh, read 50% of whole books. That's always something that I like to do as well. So the next page over here we have, I've not even done a title for it yet, but I didn't know what to put. Just like other things bingo. If you've got an idea of a title to put here, life bingo, I don't know. It's not bookish, it's everything else. So I've played D&D, which is fun. I've tried more food places. Me and my photography pals always go and have food at a different place every month, which is really fun. Some other things, 100 squats a day. I have done that so far this year, but I can't cross that out until it's the end of the year because I might not carry on. And yeah, some of the other ones I've sort of started. I do have this little scrappy piece of paper in the back to try and keep an eye on where I'm at with these. But yeah, I've done several escape rooms. I've again watched one movie a month. I have done that so far, but I can't cross that out until December. But yeah, some stuff that I refresh website. I have been saying I'm gonna update my website for like 3 years and I still haven't, so hopefully that happens. carrionpollard.com if you want to know. It's photography, it's concert photography and some other bits. And finished Mighty 9. I've watched some of it so far. We're almost a third of the way into the year, and I've definitely not watched a third of the amount that I need to finish, so whether this one will actually happen, I'm not sure. Here's an empty page that I have plans for. I can't remember what them plans are at the moment, but there's a thing that I'm going to put there probably. Oh, I think I'm going to put all of the new places that I eat on here, or put like little photos of me and my photography pals, because when we go out to eat we always take a little selfie because we're cool and old. So yeah, either one of them. Boom. Next page. This is TV. Basically the thing that I enjoyed the most that month. So in January I watched a bunch of Back to Life, which is a TV show. February, Drag Race UK versus the World. March, obviously Young Royals, come on. If you want to know more about stuff that I watch, then watch my Media Monday videos that I put up the first Monday of the month. And then in similar vein, movies. This is the reason that watch one movie a month is on my life bingo. Because the past 2 years I've done the movie page, and for the past 2 years at least once, twice or 3 times I've had to put a TV show in here because I don't even watch one movie a month. So far I've managed it. A Monster Calls in January, The Lost City in February, and Buddies 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 in March. Again, if you want to know my opinions, check out Media Monday. Next page, this is my calendar. I don't write in stuff that I'm gonna do, I write in stuff that I have done. So you'll see all of these bits as we go through, but like if I go on an escape room, if I do a gig, went on a hike, all that sort of stuff. As you can see in here, I've started highlighting April, but I'm not going to write it in until I know what I've done. So I've got enough space to fit it in. This is just fun because it works in 2 ways. One way I can look back and think, oh, look at all the cool things, and I know when I did it. The second way, I can look at it and think, I've not done anything cool this month yet. Let me do something cool. So it works both ways. Next page we have here is Buzzwordathon. This is a year-long readathon, reading challenge thing that Kayla over at Books and Lala created. And I've done it for the past couple of years. Very much enjoy it. So each month there's a different, either a specific word or a group of a type of word, and you have to read a book with that in the title. So January was there, and there, and I read There Will Be Phlogiston. February was positive words, so I read Our Dreams at Dusk, dreams, positive. And March, character name and title, Jack of Hearts and Other Parts. April, a little bit of a spoiler because that's going to be in the next video, the next quarter, but Arrow to the Moon for nature. The moon is nature. I even googled it to make sure that I wasn't just lying there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making this page. It's Buzzwordathon, so why not make it bees? Next up we have book series. Pretty self-explanatory. All the series that I have started. In red is what I've already read, and any that's got black is ones that I've read so far this year. And then it carries on over here with graphic novels. Next page we have borrowed books. This is where I can keep an eye on stuff that I borrowed physically, and ebook. This is just utilising my library. So the ebook would be library app and physical would be my actual library. And so far I've read 4 books. No, because that's Our Dreams at Dusk 2, 3 and 4. Next up, we still on book stuff. This video is going to be long, guys. I hope you enjoy it. This is my genres. So down here I've got the little key, and then up here I just colour the square in. And then same with age range, key down here, middle grade, YA, NA and adult. Oh, these pages here will be for the stats afterwards. At the end of the year I do like bar graphs or pie chart or whatever. Here we have the author. So we have the gender over here, we've got male, female, non-binary and multiple. And then over here we've got BIPOC, white and multiple. And then again this space is for the stats and statists. And then we've got star ratings, and again a page for said graphs that are going to come out at the end of the year. And then we have, this is, so it's my TBR at the start of each month, how many there were at the end, how many books I read that month, how many books I hold that month, and the pages read. So far my TBR is bigger than it started at the beginning of the year, but that's fine. And then again here, space for stats. So we've got through all the booky stuff. This page is for my escape rooms. So far it's actually got nothing in, so if I just open the page. I'm not going to do anything until the end of the year in here because I don't know how many I'm going to do in the year, so I don't know how much space I need for each one. But yeah, at the end of the year I will put in my escape rooms in some sort of way in here. And then the next page is travel. Again, I can't fill this out until the end of the year, but I'll give you a little quick look, and I just write in where I go. In the second half of this video I'll show you examples in my last journal for this page if you want to stick around. And then here we have some art goals. I've not ticked anything off yet, but I have done some sketchbooks. I have used the Sketchaday app, but I've decided I'm going to fill a little sketchbook with Sketchaday pictures and then that's when I can take it off. And that's pretty much all I've done so far. Yeah. And then we get into the actual month stuff. No way, we're finally here. So, this month and the next month, I've got so many stickers. I own so many stickers. I bought so many stickers that I really like and then just never use them. So, as you can tell, I was just like, right, I'm going to use these stickers because I really like these. They're all like really atmospheric, foresty pictures with trees and fog, and they all look really cool, so I wanted to use them. So this January spreads, these cool stickers. And then here is the books that I read. Here's the books that I hold in January, more sticks. And then this is my watch list, so that's all the things that I watched in January. And obviously, sticking with the theme, some more stickers. Next up we have Kronos. This is an escape room that I went to at Escapologic in Nottingham. This is about time travel. It was really cool. That's why it's a bit like, ooh, swishy swishy. This is the branding of it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was portrayed as being an upgrade or a new version or a similar vein as their other escape room, Curio. I definitely think Curio is like 10 times better just because of how different it is. That room, if you're ever in Nottingham, do Curio, the escape room. And yeah, it's just so interesting. But this one was really fun as well. I did think there were some things that were used a bit too many times. So normally in escape rooms you use something once and then not again. But I did feel, you know, there was one specific aspect that was used several times and I thought, okay, not necessary. But other than that, really enjoyed this one. And we also did the cabin What Lies Beneath. This was in Escape Lincoln. So this one was at their Vulcan Park place. Never been there before, but now we have several times. And yeah, this one, you're locked in a cabin and you have to get out before the big fat murderer comes back and comes to murder you. And this was very much enjoyable. There's another escape room in Lincoln called the Cabin in the Woods. I feel like they were both called the Cabin in the Woods, but maybe they had to change it to What Lies Beneath because they were the same. But that one at Deliverance is like one of my favourite escape rooms ever, so yeah. We'll talk about Deliverance later on. And then into February. So didn't do much in January, just escaped sometimes. As you can see in February, I wanted to use up some of my mushroom stickers. Also, you can see down here quite a lot. It leaks a bit. I paint my journal. It leaks. It's fine. I know some people would hate that, but it's a bit annoying, but you know, it happens. And then here I've got what I read, what I hold. I hold a lot in February. Accidentally. But if you want to know more about my hold stuff, watch my hold videos, obviously. I do one every month. And then my watch list. Here is when I played D&D. So I've got a little picture of the map there. A little bit of writing about what happened there. We don't get to play it as much because of work times and people at different... I can't do this day, but I can do this day. But it was a fun time. So hopefully we can do another one soon. Went on a hike in February to Ludchurch in Staffordshire, and this was really interesting. It was a really cool place. I don't know if you can see that. I could just put the picture up normally, but I can't be bothered. But yeah, it's like this really big cavernous... I can't even think of the word. But you go down, and then it's really cool and interesting, and then up here, my sister being really cool in both of these pictures. Using her. There's another one, just using her as my model. And then this was fun because there were 2 people and a dog and they were all in the same coat. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, that was a fun time. Next up, my first gig of the year, Enter Shikari at the Motorpoint Arena. Which was cool because this is the first time I've photographed the arena in Nottingham. But not the last. So if we flip this out, what I do is I photograph and review gigs. And I just write in the review in here. So that's why there's so many words. I had a lot of fun with the background though, so I used this washi tape to stick in this flap and it had all these lines on it, so I just decided to just carry the lines on and make them the background, which I thought just looks really cool. You can see it better here because there's not as much stuff. But yeah, For some reason, I really enjoyed that. Here's some pictures. I can't be bothered to put them up properly, so you'll just have to have these really terrible printouts. Deal with it. But yeah, this was a really good gig. I've been listening to Antiquary so much recently because of this gig. So yeah. Then I also went to Lincoln Castle. Had a walk around all the cells and stuff. It's really crazy because I went to college for 3 years in Lincoln. I never went there. But yeah. They've still got the dragons up. So they have these dragon guys. I don't know if they still breathe smoke out and make noise. I didn't hear them, but I was on top of the walls because I was walking around the walls. And then here's some of the jaily stuff. And then this was, what's it called? The bit where they pray. What's the word? You know, when you pray. Anyway, this is what it looks like in there. Because they were old prisoners, you'd have to be all individually thing. And then this guy, I don't even know this guy, but he was just really enjoying himself. So, and then these are just mannequins. But yeah, had a fun day. Went to the Museum of Curiosities in Nottingham. This one was interesting as well. Let me just come back up. As you can probably guess, it has loads of curious stuff in it. So it has this crow with 2 heads, and this is a vampire hunting box, and this is a taxidermy mouse in lockdown, and this is the saw dude. And here's a giraffe skull because it looks cool. So yeah, that was an interesting time. And then I did another gig. This was novelists and then other people. If you want to know more about these gigs as well, I also talk about these in my Media Monday videos and also show more pictures. So just so you know. And here's all the words. Some pictures, good times. And Lancaster, this is another escape room. This one was at Tensions Twisted Realities in Lincoln, and it was all about the Lancaster bomber, and it was based on like somebody had stolen this sculpture, this little sculpture of the Lancaster bomber, and you had to figure out and get it back and all that jazz. And there were some interesting aspects of this one as well that we hadn't done before. Obviously I don't want to talk too much about specific things in these videos when I talk about escape rooms, in case you are in Lincoln or Nottingham and want to go. But yeah, this is just an eclectic mix of stuff, but that's kind of like what it was like in the room, so it works. And then we move on to March, the last month. So in March it was Roll of Reads, so I printed off a bunch of pictures of dice, and that's what I used. Here we go. Here's all the books that I read for Roll of Reads and also what prompts they fit into. So with this readathon, you had to roll a d20 and then pick up prompts and stuff and then fit your books to that. So yeah. And then this is what I hauled. A lot of stuff again, which is why my TBR is bigger than it was at the beginning of the year. My watch list, some more dice, fun times. And then we have another gig. This is Twin Atlantic. So another little tab over here. Here's the review. Here's the set list. Here's some pictures. I'll show you a little bit closer, but again, if you want to see these pictures properly, then I do show them in my videos. The Assassin's Hideaway. This is an escape room, Deliverance escape room. So I mentioned them earlier because they have the cabin in the woods. Deliverance is my favourite escape room place. We've done 3 out of the 4, which is sad because we've only got 1 left, but all 3 of them are some of the best escape rooms I've ever been to. Just visually, atmospherically, they're just so good. So if you're ever in Lincoln and you want to do escape room, there are several escape rooms in Lincoln. Deliverance is the best one. Like, all of their rooms look so good and they're just so interesting and so good. And then if we go here, we have a little whoop. There's some words about it. Just a little fun hidden behind the oil. And this is about an assassin's hideaway, and it's in like an oil, I was about to say an oil shop, an oil factory where they make oil. So that's like the aesthetic I was going for. And then we have another gig, Born of Osiris, and a little flippy flip. I'll show you the pictures. To be fair, most of these pictures are not of Buenos Aires because they are terrible lighting. The only picture here is that's of Buenos Aires is that one. The rest of them is all the support bands. But yeah. And then Nottingham Castle. This is the last page I'm going to show you. I'm sure you're all thrilled because we've been here a while. So, did Lincoln Castle the other month, did Nottingham Castle this month. And this is the first time I've ever been to Nottingham Castle, even though I've been going to Nottingham for years. It's so close to the train station. It's such a cool place. The park there, luckily I was with a child, so I was allowed on the park. Allowed. It's so fun. I haven't slid down a slide for about 20,000 years. And I did several times when I was here because it was so fun. But yeah, this is a really cool place. And also, when you get your admittance, it lasts for a year. So I'm definitely going to be going back and seeing it again, going and looking at the gallery a bit better. Probably, I really want to just like take a sketchbook with me as well one day. And just chill, read the stuff properly. Because we were with a child, I didn't read everything as thoroughly as possible. But yeah, this is what this is based on. Did a little quick sketch for the background. And then these are some cool pots from the 1800s of bears. They just look really cool. And then some monumenty type things. But yeah, really great day. So I'm going to head on over to a message from one of the spawns, a little cat clip, and then we'll be back with a few of the like the stuff, the materials, the journal, that sort of stuff. If you're interested, stick around. Hi! You found a new spot. So, we're back. First of all, the journal. This is a random journal. I got it off Temu. So basically what happened was, for the past 5 journals, I've used the same journal. And about the last quarter of the year, the last third of the year I would say, I was looking for it and it just wasn't available. So I'd get this Limone one off Amazon and it just wasn't there anymore. I couldn't find it anywhere. The only way I could find it was like an American import, which is about 30 quid. And these were normally about like £7.99, £8.99 each. So yeah, because I couldn't find that one, I was just searching everywhere. I was looking on Amazon, on eBay, on Temu, on just Google, looking about. Because I have 3 things that I needed. Number 1, needs to have relatively thick paper. Because as you saw, I do a lot of painting in here. So it can't be the thinnest. And also using black pen and stuff. So the thickness of the paper is number 1. Number 2 is the pages. This one has quite a lot of pages in. This one actually has more pages in than my other ones, which is cool. But yeah, I need a lot of pages because I do stuff each month and I need enough space to do that. And a lot of the journals would have thicker paper but less pages, or thicker paper but more expensive. Because number 3 is the price. I'm not about to spend £20–30 on a journal, especially when I've been using this one for so long for under a tenner. So I finally found this one on Temu and it's worked out well. The paper is white compared to this one, so all these ones are like more creamy. I don't really have a preference. It's also numbered. I don't have a preference because I don't look at the numbers. But a cool thing about this one is in the back it has a bunch of perforated pages. So when I was looking at it, I was wondering why the page numbers stop and then there's no pages. It's because the rest of this is all perforated ones, so you can perforate them out, which is good because I am using that. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how much this was, but I was around a tenner or something, because I would not pay more than that, to be honest. Here's the absolute kicker though. In January, when I was filling this out, for some reason I decided to look again for the Limone one that I always use, and it was back on sale. And I bought one for £3.99, no, £2.99 I think it was. I can't remember where I put that. But that means I've got one for next year already. But either way, I do like this journal, so that's cool. So next up I'll talk about the materials I use. So as you can see, I do a lot of painting in here. And for that, I use this. This is Winsor & Newton Cotman paint. And it's got all of the range in. As you can see, it's well used. And this is what I use in here. With this, the main brush I use is this one. This is a number 2 Raven from Jackson's, and it has quite a big brush on it. So this is what I use for all the backgrounds, because it can just be a big massive wash. And then for any other little bits and bobs, I have a million different paintbrushes, but this is the one I use the most for the big background washes. For just like general stuff, so colouring in and things like that, like this sort of thing, and writing stuff in bigger words, I use these. These are Ohuhu pens, and there's loads of them of all different colours, and they have two ends, so they have a thicker end and a thinner end. So we've got a bigger brush end here, and then on the other side they have a little nib to write with. So these are what I use. I've been using these for years and years and years in my journals, and they've always worked out well for me. In terms of like the thicker writing, not this is the pens I just mentioned, but the thicker writing like this and stuff, I have these. These are paint pens. I can't remember the branding of them, because this is just all in foreign. I think it might be Paul Rubens. I might be lying about that, because yeah, it's just all in different. But these are double-ended. They have different colours on either end, and they're just a brush nib of a paint pen. So not that you can see that because it's not in focus, but that's what I use for bigger sort of writing or colouring and stuff. These are quite nice. So they have different colours on them. And then in terms of just writing and drawing the things and doing the words and everything else, I just have so many. I have so many pens. I'll just insert a little clip because I can't bother to move this camera, but I will film a little clip with my phone and you'll see. And basically I just pick which one I need, the nib fineness. Do I need a 0.3? Do I need a 0.8? I don't know, it depends. And they're just a whole host of different brands. So I've got Marabou, I've got Zig, I've got Faber-Castell, I've got Copic Multiliner, Unipin Fine Liner. So I don't have a preference, it's just pick the one that has the nib the size that I want at that time. And then last but not least, I mentioned how many stickers I have. Look at this. This is meant to be like a little booklet that you keep your stickers in. I have a lot of stickers. And this is not even all of them. This, I've tried to separate out into different ways. So yeah, there's all of these. But I also have this here as well, which is just full of stuff and things. These are all stickers. So yeah, I'm not going to run out of stickers anytime soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Obviously I will do another one of these flip throughs for the second quarter, but before that I am going to be doing a how I travel journal. There's no travel in here yet because I've not been anywhere yet this year, but I'm going to do that in a couple of months because I'm going to coincide with actually going somewhere and film some stuff there and show you how I travel journal. So yes. Oh, last little thing, I did say earlier on that I would show you what this page looks like in my older journal. So this is what it looks like. I basically just do a little arrow to the countries that I went to and then just write down where I've been. Although I did paint this a lot darker, so I might have to use a different coloured pen in this one. What I will say though is the paper in this one is not as thick as the lemon one that I normally have, but it's taken a beating so far, it's fine. So yeah, it works out well and it's got more pages in, so hopefully it will last me the whole year. But there we go, that is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below anything you want to let me know down below. You can do the things if you want, you can like, you can subscribe, you can comment, but only if you want to, it's up to you. And yes, I will be back soon with another video. Bye.